Hello, everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCal Saber. I hope you're all having a nice Sunday here, April 30th. Another month has gone by. And this is the April 2023 channel update, where I'll talk about several things today. It's also a question and answer period. So if anybody's on here that wants to answer me a question, I'll answer anything except political or religious, politics or religion. I don't deal with that stuff. Anyway, uh, I'll be talking about what happened with the channel in April, what my plans are in May, what else I did in April gaming wise, and various other things. I'll talk about my favorite sports teams, and then I'll give it at the end. I'll talk about a rundown on me and some other things I've been doing. So, if you're watching this later during the recording, put some questions in it or statements in the remarks section. Even if you're here, I'll get back and answer them. So I want to thank everybody for stopping by. The channel is still growing. As of about an hour ago, we have 661 subscribers. We've been going up pretty slow the last couple of months, but that's, I guess, is expected for the content that I put out. But I appreciate every subscriber, from the brand new one today to the ones that have been with me for a couple of years now. Thank you very much. Your support is much appreciated. Big hockey day today. 2 Game 7s going on. Well, not going on right now. We got 1 Game 7 and another one after that. So it's pretty exciting. Let's see what we got going here. Okay. All right. April. Counting this one, we have I published 19 videos this month. They covered American Truck Simulator. As you can see, my company on ATS is getting pretty big. Sometimes I could just stay at home and not drive and make money, but that's okay. I like that game. I don't play it enough. The other one, Tower Simulator 3 PC, that if you saw my last 2 videos on that in Las Vegas, it just killed me. I did so bad. And that's pretty bad for our next air traffic controller to be that bad. So, I think I'm having a hard time getting used to this new version of the ATC sim, because you got to do the work ground control, you got to work flight data, and you got to work local, and doing that all and trying to keep things straight. It's a little bit confusing. All right. What else? I also did a solo war game, a demo on the game Pavlov's House by David Thompson. Really, I always late that it get bored for me, but I finally got it. I played it several times now, and I really like it. It's challenging and fun. So check it out if you haven't. There's a lot of videos out on YouTube on that one. Then let's see what we got. We got hockey games. I still got hockey games working on my tables. I have a Hockey Bones, which is playing the 1992/1993 playoffs. And that's a lot of fun, and one time during the month, I got kind of frustrated with the number of penalties, but I got over that. Hockey Bones is still there because NHL playoffs are still going on. And then the other one is Inside the Crease Hockey, which I'm doing the 2006 and 2007 playoffs. Neither one of the games, Hockey Bones or Inside Crease, these projects are going to get done this year. So you'll have to watch me until we get to the end, and then you'll have to wait with me in anticipation for next year. Baseball board games. Baseball season is up and running. And I just wanted to start the season off this year with, bringing some new stuff in, and also playing games that didn't get any attention last year at this time. So the first one I brought back in was a brand new one. It's called Back to Basics Baseball. And I played the 1957 World Series. And that was fun. It's a quick playing game. It uses fast action cards and charts for the player's stats, that is, and I was a little bit surprised that the Yankees swept that series in 4 games. The first 3 games, the score was all the same, 4-3, 4-3, 4-3, and then it was like 7-2, I think, the final. So, I have a little bit of concern about the scoring, but, it's fun. It's a fun game. And, I am not so much concerned about the accuracy, statistical accuracy as compared to the real life seasons. But I am concerned a little bit when the scoring gets like that. So, more play. We'll see. I got too little of a sample to really make a judgment call on that. All right. History Maker Baseball. That's on the table working right now with the 1998 playoffs. I went out and I ordered the 1998 25-year commemorative card set, and I was going to play as played. But I found out when I started to do the lineups that not every player is in there that played in the playoff game. So, I'm still going to play the playoffs, but it's not going to be an as total as played. The probably the reason is when I went back and looked, the commemorative set total has 700 cards. The actual season had 900 cards. So those guys I'm missing are probably in there. So anyway, I got another one's going to be coming and making its presentation here this coming week. And the next one that'll be coming in, it's one that hasn't been on my channel for a long time. It's Pine Tar Baseball. And when I bring it into the channel, I'll give you a little explanation of what the project is going to be. Oh, let's see what we got going here. All right, I also did some videos on my vinyl record collections. I did a video on the Record Store Day 2023, the 22nd of April of 23, and what I did and what I got then. And I got a new thing going now with the vinyl, and it's called Spinning Today. It's like a lot of people in my family know that I spin a lot of records every day or every other day. I'm spinning vinyl. And then, so I decided, well, I might as well, besides telling my family, I might as well tell everybody else about it. So I make a little like 3 to 5 minute video on that particular album, talking about the album and a little bit about the group. Just fun. It's not hard to do, quick to make. So that's why we're doing. All right. Didn't get any new requests this month. So that if you, I want to remind everybody, if there's something you want me to do or you want me to say or do or check into, please put it in the remarks. I'll look at it and see if I can do it. If I can, I will make it happen on the channel. If I can, I'll let you know. I got to turn the fan on. It's getting a little warm in here. You can pull the right switch so the fans are going to be spinning. Let me see if I can get this down a little bit more then so we don't get the fan. Oh, that ain't going to work. Sorry about that. Shut it back down. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Okay. Game night this month. This was the second time we did a 5-player game of Wonderlands War. That's a fun game. We had a good time. I thought it was kind of ironic that me and another person who had tied for first place the first time we played it, we came in last and second last this time. So the others got smarter, I guess. I played a different strategy, which didn't turn out to work for me. Oh, let's see. I already talked about what's on the top, what's on the table and working right there. All right. Also, Superstar Baseball Season 24 is underway. We try to play once a week, 6 games off of the schedules. Right now, I got 2 of my teams, Detroit and Pittsburgh, are 1-3, not doing very well. And I got to do something with those guys, with those teams. Got to get them going. It's not all on the dice. I guess it's also on, what cards you play, the players' stats and everything. So, hopefully it'll turn around. The biggest goal right now is make the playoffs at the end of 30 games. All right. My Atlanta team started off last year. They won the season before last. They won the World Series. Then last year they started off 1-7. I thought that they were done, and they ended up making the playoffs, which was a pretty nice run they made. All right. So that's going on, happening. I'm looking probably, let's say I'm going to get into May plans here. Nobody watching today. Everybody must be checked in on the hockey today or the basketball. There was a game 7 in basketball too, which I was kind of hoping Sacramento would knock off Golden State, but that didn't happen. I'm going to continue with the 2 PC games in May, the American Truck Simulator and the Tower Simulator 3. Hopefully I'll get better on that one. In sports games, baseball's going to keep going. I'll keep, running projects for a while and taking them off and bringing new games in. And somebody asked me if I was going to continue that 56 Yankee replay on Fall Classic, and the answer is yes. That'll come on a little bit later, and they're easy to play. And then the 61 Detroit Tiger replay on APA. They'll both be back in again. But I wanted to get some of these games in that haven't been on the table for a while. All right. Hockey's going to stay on for a while since the playoffs are still in. Not the Buffalo Sabres, but the playoffs are in there. Let me know who you're rooting for in the playoffs in hockey. Basketball, I'm going to bring back a little bit of basketball because of the basketball playoffs, and Boston's still in it. And I'm just looking right now to see which project I got to, which will be better to bring on this month. Board games. I did an unboxing of a game called Endless Winter. I plan on setting it up sometime in the next couple of weeks and playing it solo, and hopefully I'll do a demo for you on how it plays. I love the graphics on it. It's really, really nice. I've had it up a couple times, but I'll do a demo on that one for you. And then game night this month is on that Wednesday night. And it was my grandson's turn to pick for the next month, for May, and he picked Scythe. We haven't played Scythe in a couple of years now, so that'll be interesting. I'm going to have to refresh myself on that one. Every person gets to pick. After May, I'll get the pick for June, and then AJ picks, and then Enrique picks. And we just keep rotating since we've been doing this. We've been doing this, right around a year now. All right, so go down there, hit that like button, and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Help the channel grow. Put some remarks in there. That helps the algorithm too when it sees that the people are interacting with me and so forth. And I'll get back and answer you. Like I said, don't hesitate to ask me to do something. All right, let's talk about my favorite sports teams. The Detroit Tigers. Well, they're in third place. They got off to a really poor start. I thought they weren't going to do anything. And then they started to wake up a little bit. The young kids are playing. There's a lot of new players that I'm not familiar with. I'm trying to get familiar with. But every time I want to watch one of the games, something else life interferes with me. So I'm still at it and everything. 2 young kids that I wanted on the team, Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson, are both in. Not doing as well as my personal desires would like to see them doing, but hopefully they're going to get better with more experience in that. I can say Spencer Torkelson, for his first being turned into a first baseman, is playing a really, really good first base. All right. The Buffalo Bills. Well, the 2023 draft is over. I almost stopped watching after the first round. I was so surprised and disappointed in their first round pick when they had so many other important things that they had to fill, and to go with a tight end. And they even traded up for it. That was a surprise. So I don't know, but they got a couple guys. The second and third round guys are going to help fill a little bit of the spots if they come through. And I always say, first and second rounders should be starters. Then third rounders maybe, and then after that they need some seasoning. So let me know how'd you guys let your personal favorite teams do in the draft. Put it down there in the remarks sections. Let me know. And let's see what we got. Oh, the Boston Celtics next. Well, they ended this season on another really great season. They came in second place in the East, only 1 game behind Milwaukee. So they got paired up against the number 7 team, the Atlanta Hawks, in the first round. They were up 3-1. And my goodness gracious, it took until game 6 to eliminate Atlanta. Atlanta was really a pest, But I'm going to tell you, in game number 5, Atlanta just fell. I mean, the Celtics just fell apart. Fell apart. I was so shocked, you know. So now they won. They're eliminated. They're going to be going against Philadelphia starting Monday night, the 76ers. That's going to be a real tough series. They can't have no more of those falling apart games against them, you know. And now they're the top team in the East because Milwaukee got eliminated. The number 1 team got eliminated by Miami. So Boston, because of that, will have the home court advantage throughout the Eastern playoffs. All right. So we got going. The Buffalo Sabres. Well, they had a poor run in, I guess, it was sometime in March. For first part of March, I guess it was. They had a poor run where they went 2-8-1. And everybody thought, well, they're done now. Well, then they come back and they proved us wrong. And they came back and they fought real hard. And they ended the season 2 points out of the playoffs. Well, at the beginning of this year, when I predicted they wouldn't make the playoffs, I didn't think they were going to get that close. I was hoping for them to make it. I was hoping to contradict my prediction, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. So it's going to be interesting offseason for them, and what they're going to do and everything. I'm going to schedule a special live Sabres broadcast where we'll talk about what I think they should, which way should go. I'll talk about the contracts and the salary cap and all of that stuff. So watch out for that. Nobody's coming in to make any comments. There's been a couple of people going in and out today, but nobody's made any text comments. All right, let's see. Okay, lastly, for me, this is, I still keeping my exposures pretty low to people and things. Even when I'm playing with friends, playing the Superstar Baseball, I wear a mask. They wear a mask to protect me. So I wear a mask if they're going to wear one too. So anyway, I'm doing that. I've been going to physical therapy for 6 weeks, and it's making me feel better as far as the severe occurrences of back pain, hip pain that I've had for a year is really minimal, like on record store day, I stood in line to get into the record store for an hour and never occurred any back pain. Previous to that, if I stood up for 10 minutes, previous to going to physical therapy, 10 minutes, I'd have to sit down for 5. So that's some sort of progress. I'm going to have to wait and see what they're going to do from there on. And I revamped one of my projects that I did this year. I finished revamping one of the rooms in my house. And, I took out the double bed and old furniture and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I got a single bed in there now and a table with games on it. But I moved in some audio equipment. I moved in Calaxes for games. My war games are still in this room, back over there. All right. But all of the family multiplayer games and so forth are moved into what I call the front room now. So I'm pretty happy with it. And I do spend time in there when I'm playing the game that's on that table or studying the game that's in there, listening to some sounds or watching the new TV I put on the wall. So pretty glad I got that project done after 4 years of thinking about it. But a big thing I got going, my grandson is graduating from high school this year. And around the 1st of July, him and I are taking off on a road trip. It's going to be about 2.5 weeks long. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have somebody that could share the driving with me, and that I know if I get sick, will get me to a VA hospital or a doctor or something like that. So anyway, this probably, this is like his graduation present. Okay, let's see what's outside of Victorville in the world. And I've always been a person who like to travel, so this could probably be my big last hurrah. So we are going to be going across country all the way. We're going to be stopping every day to visit some site, some attraction. We're going all the way to Buffalo, New York. Yep. Then we're up there. I'm going to take them over to the Canadian side, Niagara Falls. The American side's getting a lot nicer, but the Canadian side's really pretty. So then we're going to hit a lot of the things. There's just a lot of attractions. We're going to be going to the UFO Museum, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the U.S. Air Force Museum in Dayton, a whole bunch of things we got scheduled so far. Oklahoma City Bombing Museum, Carlsbad Caverns, all kinds of good stuff. I've been to most of those before, but almost every one of these things I would like to see again. So that's going to be fun. Anyway, what we got? That's about all I got going as far as the rest of my health. I'm feeling fair, just old. So I wanted to thank everybody for stopping by today. We're almost 21 minutes in. Stop by, leave me, go down there and hit that like button before you shut down today. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and put some comments in. This is SoCal Saber saying take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and stay safe.